Apple knew a supplier was using child labor but took 3 years to fully cut ties, despite the company's promises to hold itself to the highest standards.
This post received a score of 68,000, with an upvote ratio of 87%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
If this shocks anyone, they should probably be looking into cobalt mining industry in Africa. They've been doing it and they'll keep doing it. But of course moral conscientiousness isn't dead. They removed the brick for the environment.
What can you do about it? Except for probably not much. It is pretty hard to remain knowledgeable on a product-by-product basis. Nestlé makes an enormous swath of grocery products, and it's not always obvious. I think your best bet is to email your congressional representative and senator. Why is it acceptable that the U.S. doll maintains this list but products remain for sale, without even a warning to inform the consumer?
Geez, this reminds me of the show The Good Place. Does anyone know of a comprehensive website that includes more of the possibly immoral, illegal, unethical, and exploitative stuff that goes into common products and services, so I can avoid them? Since I've been poor most my life and couldn't afford to avoid them, I'll probably end up going to the bad place anyway, but I think making the effort is still important.
You could look on Fuck Nestle. They have lists of companies owned by Nestle.
It took 3 years to find a supplier who could prove it didn't use child labor and still provide the product and the required price. In other words, it took that long for someone to learn how to hide the fact that they were using child labor.
They just waited until all the 13-year-old slaves turned 16.
Taps forehead.
Or hire a middleman pa nythat does the second go of labor for you. Give engu plus ible deni ability when it is revealed you used slave labor for your products. Taps forehead furiously.
Patagonia, edit. Oh, it's a clothing brand, yay, makes sense.
Patagonia, for what it's worth, has worked to limit exploitation at the Tier 1 facilities that actually make the final product. There is a reason, after all, a $250 Gore-Tex jacket isn't $800. Everything we type on and wear is made from exploited hands, but at least Patagonia works harder than most companies to fight against trafficking, child, and exploitative labor. They actively donate and work at environmental causes. From The Atlantic, so unless you have any sources that can attack Patagonia's work and the sources I provided, I think that consumers can feel at the least a small bit better about purchasing from Patagonia.
I don't really have a horse in this race. Patagucci is out of my price range, even when on sale, but very well written counterargument.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.